put a breakdown for Wednesday. So today it's currently 1:52 p.m. We're about to get a daily candle close. But this breakdown is pretty much going to consist of the trade that I took yesterday on gold, what I pretty much made on four of my accounts, how I managed my trades, why I executed, why I closed. Pretty much going through all the details of the two trades that I did target for the day, and pretty much just how I went about it. And then I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I could have done better, how I could have maybe did this or did that to maximize the position, or how I could have maybe stepped away, came back for another trade. We're going to pretty much cover everything on this gold breakdown during yesterday's Asian session leading up to London. And yeah, man, it's not going to be a long video. I may also throw in a breakdown of US 30 and what I'm expecting going into tomorrow's New York session. But let's hop right into it, man. So first and foremost, let's see if we have news for tomorrow morning or today. So Thursday, we have unemployment claims at 5:30 a.m. Euro news at 5:15 a.m. Okay, so that's all we really need to know is really just the USD. So definitely don't want to be in any trades during this time, just because there's a possibility that this could bring a lot of volume, and you just don't want to experience any slippage, whether it's in profit or whether it's hitting your stop loss. So let's hop right into it, man. So yesterday's breakdown video, and by the way, if you guys didn't watch that video, go watch it, man. I definitely touched up on what I was going to be looking for this next video, and how I was going to execute if price reached a certain zone. And yeah, man, just plain and simple. So let's go ahead and break this down. So we know that our daily support level is in this 28.64 to 28.77 area. As you guys can see here, price respected this area as support. So within this area, you see price at the beginning of the week, you got a higher low, break of resistance, higher low, break of structure from the downside of last week's price action. So this was another higher low. This was I believe a 23.6. It did wick off 38.2. This definitely formed support on like your smaller time frame, or barely. I mean, just based off of how price is closing on that fib level, price did exhaust off of it, not necessarily closing on it. So this can still be considered a 23.6 retracement. So just a simple continuation. So from that higher low to this area, you see price is giving you a 38.2 retracement now, meaning that bullish structure is holding for this area. Now, another thing we have to recognize, we are approaching areas of interest. One being, we're approaching a weekly resistance level in the price range of 29.40 to 29.50. We are also approaching an area of interest for a 4-hour and 1-hour break of support area, then tested as resistance here, and we're testing it as a level of resistance here. Third point, as we've already approached this second area that I called out for your 1-hour and 4-hour time frame, we have already maintained a level of resistance in this area, found a level of a higher low. So let's go ahead and just mark this off so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, boom, maintained, or well, formed at this point, and then as price tested it for that second and third time holding, now we're maintaining this higher low point, which is at 38.2. So we're overall in a consolidation zone in between our 0% and our 38.2% retracement fib level. Price is showing more bullish strength than sellers at this point in time, but every time that price touches into this 29.26, 29.30 level, we do get a rejection, whether it's a weak rejection or a strong rejection. As you see here, you had a strong rejection in 2 hours. Price retraced from here and came down maybe about a $20 move, came back up, and then we had that same rejection right in here at 22, came down for another $22 move, then we had that bullish push up, and now we're getting a smaller rejection. Now that's just the breakdown of where we're at. Now I'm gonna go ahead and break down exactly where I executed my trade. So we see here, once we got that initial rejection from resistance, price found a level of support for a higher low opportunity. Price pushed up like a lower high, forming resistance, higher low, and now we're maintaining this level of resistance right in here. So I was on my smaller time frames, my 15-minute time frame. So 15-minute time frame is giving you good details. Now we do have this area here, which is like a break of support, had a test as a level of resistance for a lower high opportunity. Now this could have been an area for execution maybe if it was during London session, but this was very early, before 12 p.m. Price formed a higher low followed by testing that 1 hour level of resistance again. Now price was forming lower high points at this level of resistance. So what I did is I measured the bullish strength that we had in the market at this point in time. Since this higher low formed, it showed that we could have continued with a bullish strength up into our 29.28 levels, but price broke below our trend line opportunity based off our 15-minute and 5-minute time frame. Now I was willing to execute this position because I knew where we were at and I definitely had confidence, which is why I took this trade even though it was a bit early. But I did have an entry somewhere in here. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it after we got the rejection on the backside of that trendline opportunity on your 5-minute, and then your 15-minute time frame got a solid close below, and then the new 15-minute gave a wick up and then started breaking current 15-minute candle low. And then my stop loss was above the previous lower high point for about 42 pips, and then I was targeting this support level down here. I think I closed right around like 29.05, 29.06 for about 70 pips. Now I was definitely going to hold, but it was still early. I made more than 1%, well, just about 1% on 3 of my accounts at that time. And I just pretty much closed them all. I wasn't really willing to risk anything else just because it was early in the day. I was pretty much breaking my rules to start the day by trading early, so that is one thing that definitely persuaded me to close my trade. And another point was that Sunday, Monday was already a losing day, so for me to already be up my daily goal and it's not even London session, I'm willing to take my money off the table and maybe come back later in the day for a more high quality setup that could allow me to take advantage of the cushion I made on the day, but allow me to also take advantage of the overall bias on the trade that I'm looking for. Now, once we respected our 1 hour higher low point at that 38.2 retracement area, price rejected, sat in this area after the sell opportunity. My trade session is until about 9-10 p.m. So let's fast forward just a little bit in time. So we see here we could anticipate the sell move more down if price continued to break this level of support that was created in here, but we didn't. Price maintained lower high points above, started forming higher low points. After that second time, you had like a double bottom formation here. Price rallied bullish, broke above this minor resistance, tested that same level as support, rallied bullish a little bit more, is still respecting these lower high points being made. And at this point you could track your bearish strength in the market. Then you see here, after price got you that second rally, price then found a new support level right in here based off your 5 and 1 minute time frame, that we can zoom into. Let me actually back. Okay, so 5-minute time frame that you see here based off your 1 minute time frame. So now the biggest confluence in this level is this 1 minute structure right in here, and then a break above your trendline opportunity that can show that there's no more seller strength. And the most important thing is if price respects the backside of that trendline opportunity and holds it as a higher low point, or continues to maintain support, then you can execute buys to flow with overall structure, and that's exactly what I did. So let's go back to our 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame found support in this area with these 2 1 hour candles that were formed here, despite having all the exhaustion on the upside. 15-minute time frame began to trend bullish after we got this higher low point along this 5-minute minor resistance level, now turned support. And then you also had that same transition a little up here. So you also had that higher low, price went bullish, respected this little minor zone right in here as support, because this was a level of resistance based off like your 1-minute time frame. Yep, like some sort of resistance right in here, now respected, or some sort of level of resistance now being tested as a level of support and maintaining all throughout here. So now that when price respected this initial time, I didn't execute my trade. Price then retraced into this area again to maintain support. Didn't give me an engulfing, just about this point here when you had this bearish candle, bullish, even though it had that exhaustion. But one thing that gave me confidence, even though we had the lower high points, is we broke above the trend line opportunity, showing that there was more bullish strength. So when we got this new 15-minute candle open at what, 9:30, I was on my 5-minute time frame waiting for a solid bullish candle. Now on the 1-minute time frame, we got a wick to this top side of the trend line, and then we had a 1-minute strong bullish engulfing candle, which was my confidence for this trade based off of what I was already seeing. So if I entered at this point, I could have had a 25 pip stop loss, or up to 30 if I was willing to allow more cushion. And if price retraced back below that trendline opportunity, then that's going to throw me off and show me that there still may be seller strength in the market to push this price action down for the remainder of the session. But price followed up on that 1-minute bullish candle and formed a large 5-minute engulfing here, as you guys can see. So you could have even entered at this point and caught about a 1 to 2 R to R with still a 30 to 40 pip stop loss. You would have been targeting the high and it would have played out beautifully. Or you could have had a slightly better entry, had about a 30 pip stop loss, and you would have caught about a 1 to 2.5 R to R. So that was the buy move. It played out beautifully. At this point, I executed this trade on two of my accounts. On 2 of my accounts, that made me a little bit more. So on one account, it made me 1.2% extra on top of the sell move, and then the other trade, it made me about 0.6% more than the first trade as well. And yeah, man, that one definitely paid. Definitely set me up for the week to be at a good point to still end the week in the green. So yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to the next trade that's going to be presenting itself. Let's go ahead and delete all these markups so I can break down exactly how I'm going to be executing going into London session. Yeah, hopefully that breakdown made sense with my confirmation candles, the time I was trading, what I was looking for, and what the market was giving me, which made sense. Okay, so 1 hour time frame, we realize we're still respecting higher low points above this 38.2 retracement level, and our 1 hour, we'll just kind of do this right here. So let me delete these as well. Let's see. Okay, I like how the 30-minute looks better, just because of the way 1 hour candle closed. So this will be our support level based off our 30-minute time frame and our 1 hour time frame, and then we know we have our 1 hour resistance or an exhaustion zone up here. As you can see, price formed that here, respected it here, exhausted at this point here, then forming a level of resistance with this bullish bearish candle. So the only way we will be executing buy opportunities is if price forms a higher low or respects a previous level of support as bullish structure, and then we could look for our bullish confirmation candle to get to our negative 27%. So we're gonna go from our, let's see, because we just got a daily candle close doji, which is not a good sign, because this just could mean that buyers are slowing down in the market and we could be getting a daily lower high point Based off last week's based off last week's candle close, we see here that price formed this doji candle and then getting a retracement within the week to be followed up next week by forming a level of resistance respecting that previous high zone. And now this is a bearish engulfing. So daily time frame could definitely be forming a level of resistance at this point. We could get a bearish retracement. I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, the only way I think we could get that is if price can, let's see. Yeah, because these buyers can definitely slow down and we could definitely get a retracement. Okay, this is what I'm looking at now. Okay, so we know we have our 1 hour higher low point down here. We could go ahead and measure, well, not even measure, but map out where our support is, and where if price gets below, then we could be looking for sales, and if price maintains above, then we can still be looking for buys. Yeah, I think this is gonna be it, and it's not gonna get any more simpler than this. I mean, there is a possibility that price can even pull back a little bit further. Like this can even be your buy zone as well, and this could be just like more of a high confluence trade as long as price maintains this level as a higher low. Yeah, so this will be it, man. This will be right here. So based off our 15-minute time frame, because it has good enough details, you can see here we have our higher low opportunity at 2900 as we are forming these levels of a higher low. After that, after our third touch, we see price push bullish, gave us a 5-minute higher low opportunity, and then we're pretty much maintaining bullish structure with higher highs and higher lows up until this point here, that now where we are now testing structure based off your 5-minute and your 15-minute time frame. So if price breaks below 29.15, I could be looking for temporary sales into 29.10 and 2900 being the furthest point, or I could be looking for buys if we maintain 2910 or 2900 to get a bullish continuation back up to our highs and potentially further. So one or two things are going to happen. There's a good possibility that we can get sales just because we are holding this level of resistance, and price seems to be getting a little weaker as we've already formed a 15-minute lower high point. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Hopefully that breakdown made sense, and you guys can execute on that on your guys' own time if you guys also trade this pair. Now let's go ahead and go to US 30. So US 30, let's see. Alright, US 30, we have a high level, all-time high at around 45.2k. Let's see, we are respecting bearish structure in this area. Bearish structure. We're respecting bullish structure, but we are getting a bearish counter trend. Currently, as for the weeks in December, we also got a counter trend to overall find bullish structure to continue and form this consolidation based off your weekly time frame. Okay, so weekly. Okay, weekly support. You see here, daily time frame is pushing very bearish. One thing I was interested in when I was looking at US 30 last week was this daily level of interest. Let's see, maybe probably excuse me. Yeah, right in here. So you see here that this is a daily level of interest. I mean, you have resistance, you have support, you have resistance again, you have support in here, and then you have support right in here as well. Now that we're trading below, we would like to see this area get tested as resistance, so then we could find that lower high point to trade off of this daily level of interest to potentially target our weekly support, since we are counter trending pretty heavy. So daily time frame, let's go to our 4 hour. So we see off of our 4 hour, we began to change structure at this point here. Our structure began to transition. You had this break here, and then you had a lower high point that formed right in here, that held through this zone here and held again here before attempting to break above, forming a wick on your larger time frames, and then pushing below like your daily time frame. Your daily time frame just tested this as a level of resistance and a new lower high point to continue pushing bearish. So let's go down our 4 hour time frame again, and let's continue to track how price could be flowing. Then you have your low here. You may even have another one even right in here. So this is a level of support to the lowest point, right before breaking below that daily level of interest. You also had a minor resistance level form here based off your 4 hour time frame, and now price is currently finding a new low, or has found a new low already, and we are currently counter trending based off your 4 hour time frame. Okay, so let's go to our 30-minute. What is our 30-minute doing? So we see based off our 30-minute time frame, this is definitely still an area of interest for me for sales. So as long as price can maintain this resistance level based off of our 30-minute time frame, and also respect and hold as a level of resistance below our 4 hour below our 4 hour support level, then I will be definitely looking for sales as price looks to maintain that bearish structure, and we can continue to counter trend based off your weekly time frame, and then we can continue with the 4 hour trend, which is bearish at this point in time. So price could honestly give us anything like this. So something like this could happen. Price can even hold in this area where it's at right now, and then we definitely get that shift in structure. Whether we have these two different played out scenarios where price holds below 43.1k, or price comes all the way above to 43.3k, and we can still have that bearish move. So this is something to keep an eye on going into New York session, and how price continues to flow. We just have to identify what price action is doing and where the current strength is, and then we could definitely be a part of this bearish move, man. So hopefully this US 30 trade made sense. I'm only going to leave it to gold and US 30. These are definitely going to be my priority for the rest of the week, just because I already caught a dub on gold. I like what it's currently doing, and then US 30 looks to be giving a strong sell move. If we could be at the market at the right time, and we are identifying structure with like the right mindset, and we have like a good bias, then it could definitely be a good trade. You know what I mean? So if you guys watched to this point in the video, man, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys have a blessed Wednesday, and we'll talk on the next one, man. Peace.